Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee with Casey, where we get together every Thursday morning, talk about real estate, market conditions, strategies, and today is an extremely important day. You know, it's very easy when we watch TV and can see a lot of people break into a store and steal clothes or steal shoes or steal electronics. But in real estate, people can lose $100,000, $130,000, and you can't see it. You'll never see it coming. And today this week, I came nose to nose with an actual experience of watching multiple elderly sellers lose $100,000 apiece. And they may not know it. Not a lot of people will know it, but I know it. And I'm going to tell you exactly how it happens, not just for elderly sellers, but for all sellers. And here's what I was confronted with. So before we start, let's go back to the rules. So every house has a size, has an age, it has a lot premium or discount. So we know what the customary value of that house is. The customary value is basically, in my opinion, with all my technology, undisputable what the customary value is. Now, if a house is dated, which means the paint, the hardware, and everything looks that the last time it was improved was 15 to 25 years ago, the home has a dated rating. Now, buyers will look at that and pay 6, 7, 8% less for a home that's dated. Customary, dated. Now you have a home that has fresh paint, fresh hardware, fresh lighting fixtures. Simple, easy fix. And it puts the house more than a customary, depending on kitchens and bathrooms. But basically, it at least brings you up to a customary, if not updated condition. An updated house sells at 6 to 7% higher than a customary house. It's got a lot of updates, even higher than that. So when you look at a home, when we look at homes in a price range sell, you'll see some sell at 105% of assessed value. You'll see some sell at 125% of assessed value. There's a big difference based on the condition over what that house is going to sell. So I asked the sellers, I said, well, just give me the name of the agent that's coming out. They were recommended by their by the assisted living home that they were moving into. And I said, just let me analyze that realtor. And I looked at the deals, did plenty, like 50 of them. They all sold in the first 3 or 4 days. You know me, I think first 96, it's the best time to go. And then I looked at the category of percentage of assessment, and the average percentage of assessment was 107%. I thought that was odd. I thought that was very strange. So I did some research and I looked at the houses. Every one of them was in as-is condition. Blue carpet, old paint, bad hardware, bad lighting fixtures, awful. All of them. Which means there was not 1 ounce of effort. Now, understand this. It costs 1% of the value of that home to increase the value. 6, 8, 10, 12%. So if I take a home from dated, which sells at 6% discount, and I bring it to updated, which is a 6% premium, I've raised the value 12%. What did that cost? 1%. The average upgrade costs 1%. So the profit potential for a seller, elderly seller, new seller, young seller, it doesn't matter, all sellers. So I have a term for this now, and I've never used it before. I never even thought about it, but it hit me like a ton of bricks. See, when I was a Marine, right, you're in the job of protecting people. That's just what we do. And when I became a realtor, I didn't leave the Marine behind. It's just protecting people in a different way, financially, making sure that they're not losing a lot of money, making sure that they get the highest and best for their house. So I saw this as an agent either is lazy, doesn't know how to fix up houses, or just doesn't care, puts a home on the market as is without fixing it up, and just takes rock bottom prices. And the seller, I don't want to use the word crime, but the seller lost $100,000 a deal, minimum. So by not fixing a house up, you've left money on the table. So here's the scenario. Assisted living refers a realtor, realtor puts it on the market, it sells, everything's fine. Anybody see a crime here? Nope. Anybody see anybody lose $100,000 here? Nope. I did. If you had put 1% in. Now, all people have three things we only have so much of: time, energy, money, right? So for sellers, a lot of them, they don't have time. They don't have time to mess around with this, right? They're very busy people. Elderly, they don't have the energy. So it's very simple for an agent, what I call a liquidation agent. Is it a realtor liquidator, or is it a realtor that is going for highest and best? Now, a realtor liquidator will walk in and it'll sound something like this. You know, we don't want any mess. You're not going to do any painting or anything. It's just, let's just get this on the market. Let's get it sold. Let's get you some money. Let's get you on to your next stop in life. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. I don't want to fix anything up. I don't want to paint. In fact, they may know something you don't know, and that is they don't have the money to fix it up. Anybody see a crime? Nope. Anybody see anybody lose money? Yep. Whether it's, and again, I'll give you other ways. It's just this week, I was confronted with a realtor liquidator that was harming sellers to the tune of $100,000 a pop. Shame on those. And maybe the nursing home or the assisted living or Ashby Ponds, maybe they didn't know. All they knew was the house was sold. Well, I'm telling you, and anybody that's hearing this or anybody that listens to my podcasts, that those people are losing $100,000 pop. Now, if they can't afford $4,000 or $5,000 to paint, imagine how valuable $100,000 is to that person. Imagine the impact on their life. All you have to do is paint it, put in hardware, put in lighting fixtures, take nice pictures. And if you have a blue carpet, put in a tan carpet, textured tan carpet. Then everybody comes in to see the house. Before you know it, see, our houses sell at 120% of assessment. Her house is sold at 107% of assessment. That's a 13% difference. That's a 13% difference in what a seller walks away with. And what does that 13% cost? An average of 1% of the value of the house. So I can tell you, we're selling homes 13% higher, and it costs 1% to do it. So if you're a seller, or you have elderly sellers, you're financial caretakers for elderly sellers, whether you're referring agents to elderly sellers or any seller, you need to know the difference between a realtor liquidator and a highest and best realtor. Who's going to bring it to the highest and best standard and get the most money out of the house? They do not. An elderly seller does not have the opportunity to make that money back. That's all they got. Now, if you don't think it upsets me, really is upsetting. So see, I'm a football coach, and I watch a football game. I'm the worst guy in the world to watch a football game with, because I see all the things wrong. I see the ends are coming up too far, and this guy's doing that, and he's not committing to his holes, or he's not cutting. Horrible. Watch football game. See, I see things in real estate where people lose a lot of money. And I am telling you, if you have family or friends or neighbors, now, let me tell you another way it can happen, all right? Realtor walks in, liquidated realtor walks in. Now, I'm going to talk about the stats in Vienna, but only 18% of the homes listed over $2 million in Vienna are under contract, because a liquidator realtor will walk in and say, this looks fine, let's put it on, even though it may be dated, let's put it on the market, but list it at a customary or upgraded price. They're going to lose money too. They're going to lose $100,000 too. They got bad advice, right? It's not just the elderly, it's everybody. So if a realtor comes in and says, well, I don't fix up houses, I don't think you should fix up, that is, you got to get another realtor. When you walk into a house, it's only paint, it's hardware, it's lighting fixtures, and maybe a carpet or two. If I see a beautiful lighting fixture, then that house is updated. And that's what triggers people online who are coming to see that house. That triggers them to come see that house. If they see yellow or tan or dingy paint, they think it's dated. If they see edge comb, they think it's updated. 10% difference in price, right? They come to see the house instead of say dated, 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 dated. Liquidator realtors or realtor liquidators, don't care what you call them, they are bad for sellers, great for buyers. Buyers are going to walk in. I had a realtor liquidator, was assigned by trustees to a bunch of very nice people that I knew. Their father had passed, and I came in, I tried to help. It's like, we got to spend $30,000 to get this house back in shape, and then you're going to get X dollars. And the trustees said, now we're selling it as is. Realtor liquidator, we're going to sell it as is. Sold it down here. Guess what happened? The people bought it, fixed it up, and sold it for here. Somebody's going to make $130,000. It can be the seller, or it can be the next person. If a person buys a house, like when we go in and look to buy a house, we look for the realtor liquidators. We'll fix the price. We know what the price is. We can bring it down and then walk in, and your buyers fix up the house. You put in the painting, you put in the lighting fixtures, you put in the hardware. It only costs 1%. On a $1 million home, that's $10,000. $500,000 home is $5,000. 1%, you make 12 or 13%. Now, why is it that in a market like this, which I say is great, remember, we sold 4 houses at around $2 million. Each one sold first weekend at $185,000 above not just their asking price, but kind of what I thought they were worth. Four of them, all sold. Now, why is it that 4 out of 5 homes in that market are not selling? How much money is being lost in real estate by people that don't know what they're doing? And again, it's a curse. I see it. I can see it right out of the gate. You want to overprice? That's fine. Money's flying out the door. I cannot bear to see it happen to elderly client. I cannot bear to see that happen. I will do everything in my power to visit every one of the assisted living and say, do not send them to a liquidation realtor. Send them to a realtor that is the highest and best opportunity realtor. Period. So if we're looking at, market conditions, we're all in good shape. I'm telling you, we're in good shape. Even though 40% of the homes are selling and 60% are not, I'm telling you, if you're priced right, you're going to sell. We have 4 homes that are going on the market this weekend. I am sitting on Wendover Drive in prestigious Wendover in Vienna, Virginia. See that stone wall? This is one of the most charming homes. And again, I'm going to try and do this. I've not done this before, but what I'm looking at is I'm looking at not only my beautiful daughter, but I'm looking at a gas lantern, which I've never seen before in a home, but it kind of showcases this house. And so I'm going to swing my camera around so you can see the gas lantern, you can see the kitchen, and I'm just going to give you a brief view of this because I just felt these homes are so pretty. that you guys should be able to see it when I do my show. So let me see if I can swing around and show. I don't know if I can do this. See that gas lantern? See that kitchen? It's beautiful, right? And I don't know that I can see those lighting fixtures? The seller is an interior designer. This whole home has features in it that every time you turn around, you see something cool. Every time I turn around. An interior designer touch with that wall, and these floors, in this neighborhood. Now, I've lived in Vienna my whole life. And we call this neighborhood prestigious Wendover for a reason. Because we've had Redskin coaches. Wait, that's really, I can't get this. I'm never going to do that again, guys, because now I'm out of sync. There we go. I don't know if that works. You've had Redskin football coaches live in this neighborhood. You've had CEOs of major corporates, CEOs of Sally Mae and things like that are in this neighborhood. So this is a very nice neighborhood. Out the front door, I don't know, I haven't priced it, but it's got to be at least about a $5 to $7 million house that I'm looking at. It's 3 acres over here in Vienna. We've got 4 of them. We've got 4 of these beautiful homes coming on the market. Pick any one of them. If you're in the $1.75 million range, come on over to prestigious Wendover. If you're in the $1.25 to $1.3 million range, over in Lakevale, which is one of the better neighborhoods in Vienna, it has a lake, it has a pool, it has everything going for it. And that home, the sellers put so much stuff in that house. I said, you overbuilt this house. We know that, right? So you're never going to get all this money back, right? But it is going to go fast, and it is going to go at a very good number. And it's a great neighborhood, great community. And that's over on Lindell Lane. And that, I think it's going on for 1.25 or 1.3. A lot of people are lining up to see it. I would get in on that. That is one of the most updated houses you're ever going to see in one of Vienna's nicest neighborhoods. So those are just 2 coming on the market. I will guarantee you that 4 out of 4 will go under contract. So my real question is, why is it that 80% of the homes are standing on the market or in the price range of 1.1 to 1.5? Why is it that 40% or 50% of those homes are not under contract? Let me tell you why. Realtor Liquidators didn't prepare the house correctly, or they didn't price the house. Got to do both. This is not a hobby for us. This is a profession of looking out after sellers and buyers in a market like this. And again, should never move my camera again. And I promise you I won't. But you've been listening to Coffee with Casey, where we come every Thursday morning, 10:30. My number is 703-508-2535. If you think somebody's doing it wrong, give me a call. If you're thinking about buying or selling in this market, I have 8 of the most competent professional agents in town, and we make sure that we use highest and best strategies throughout the whole transaction on every deal, and no deal doesn't follow our protocol. We go after highest and best strategies. My name is Casey Samson. This is Coffee with Casey. We'll see you again next Thursday. If you're looking for me, 703-508-2535 or Casey@CaseySamson.com. Bye now.